Okay, so at Omni Local Business Networking, we give the opportunity for you to showcase your business. And the reason why we do that is because we really need to get to know your business. When you go off to other networking environments and other networking platforms, they say to you, whatever you do, don't talk about your business, let's talk about you. Well, getting to know you is a byproduct of networking as far as I'm concerned, and it's a byproduct of going to the same place, the same time, and meeting the same people by building those relationships better. If you want to take this time when you've got the attention of the entire room and talk about butterflies, all we know is you know a shed load about butterflies. What we don't know is what you do, how you do it, why you do it, and can we recommend you to people we know. Our email database, I've just shed 4,000 people off our email database, and we've still got 15,000 people. So I think that if I don't know someone who would help your business, then I don't think anybody else would. So it's important that you make that message clear and tell us exactly what you do. So today we've got Judy. If you want to take the floor, I'll mute, make sure everybody's on mute, and the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, thanks John for that. So I am Judy Bishop-Lund and I work for a company called Access to Funding, and we deal in tax, specifically tax incentives. That means getting money back from HMRC for you through various tax reliefs. So I've been working there for about a year. It's a changing and evolving marketplace, so to speak. But what I want to let you guys know is how you can all make money. So the tax relief I'm going to primarily talk about, and I think I'll just share my screen for the moment. Can you guys see this? Can anyone answer me?
Not yet, no, we can't see it, but don't worry, I'll edit this bit out.
Hang on. Can you guys, all right, can you see this now?
Yes, we can see it now, yes, thank you.
Okay, lovely. Right, so how you can all make money, whether you are a business or not, is by referrals. Now, if you want to refer me, then obviously you need to know a little bit about what I want you to refer me for. So I'm just going to make that a bit clearer. No, it's not making it clearer. Anyway, so research and development tax relief, as I've just said, the government have made, for the next 2 years, they've set a budget of 39.8 billion to give away or to give back to companies. So research and development tax relief is a financial incentive. It's a reward for companies that have been innovating within their industry. So been pushing the boundaries and doing things that other companies are not doing. So there's two tests really. Well, the definition is you have to be either adapting or creating a new product, service, device, or process. And there's two tests. One, are you making advancements within your industry? So for that, you need to understand the baseline knowledge of your industry, and then you're doing something better. And are you doing something that another professional, competent professional in your sector couldn't do? Now, it's very hard to answer that. And HMRC are getting much hotter on applying this test criteria to claims that they're receiving. And there are a lot of companies doing what Access to Funding do. So it is very important that for me, that you understand our ethos. And our ethos really is to provide this service to maximize the claim value, but within the confines of the HMRC guidelines, because what you don't want is an HMRC inquiry, which is happening more and more because HMRC have employed more people to actually look over these claims. But it's very lucrative. Research and development tax relief, you can receive up to 33p in the pound on qualifying spend. And that money can either come back to you as a tax rebate or as a future tax deduction. And that will be dependent on your individual circumstances, which I can't really go into now, don't really have time. But it is lucrative. So what I would like you guys to do is to think about any UK limited company that you know that may be doing something a little bit different, doing something a little bit out there, thinking outside the box in the solutions that they find. And it could be within manufacturing, engineering, construction, food and drink, printing, websites. It covers all industry sectors. If you can't think of anybody, that's not a problem. But if you yourself are a company and you have an accountant, then I'd like to talk to that accountant. Because we work alongside accountancy practices and other introducers as well, such as business coaches, mentors, marketers, finance brokers, anybody who themselves deals with companies. We often work alongside them with our referral agreement. So I'd like to talk to those people as well, please. But just running through the other tax allowances that we are doing. So RDAs, the second one on this list, this is basically a sort of slightly deeper version of R&D. If your company is doing R&D, then there may be a further allowance based on any changes you've made to a building, or have you had to do a fit out? Have you had to extend? Have you had to buy a new building, lease a new building that you do, or that houses R&D work? And then further on from that, on buildings as well, embedded capital allowances. Now, this is something that typically, as far as I'm aware, accountants may shy away from because it can be quite complicated. It's basically a tax allowance based on the integral fixtures and fittings of a building. And that cost needs to be agreed. And so there needs to be the involvement of a surveyor, which is sometimes, well, we work alongside accountants quite a lot on this. They just pass it over to us because it can be tricky. And then patent box. So if you know of a company that has a patent or a patent pending, then they can pay less tax on the profit that relates directly to that patent. So again, quite complicated. Another thing that accountants often just pass over to us. And then another tax relief. So I think we all know that asbestos has to be removed. That's a no-no. There's other materials as well that are deemed to be harmful. So if you buy a property and you then find that it has something in it that has to be removed, or land that is contaminated, it might be something like Japanese knotweed, then the cost of remediating that again will attract a tax relief. So there's quite a lot there. Certainly, I wouldn't expect anybody to get a handle on exactly what these tax reliefs are or to understand them fully. In terms of our company, our structure, so there is a level of business development people like me up and down the country, and behind us sit our tax specialists, accountants, writers who write the reports for HMRC. So we provide a whole sort of holistic service, and we also have insurance. So this again is another reason why introducers, such as accountants, might pass this type of work onto us, because we do carry insurance. And in fact, for introducers, obviously in some professions there'll be the situation where they have to have full transparency with their clients. So we offer a commission, but oftentimes companies might not want to take that commission. We can refer that commission directly back onto their clients, so they can pass it back to their clients, and that's via a sort of voucher system whereby instead of billing a client for a certain bit of work, they bill us instead to the value of that commission that they would have earned. We can also plant trees on behalf of people as a thank you, and we can also donate to charities. So there's a sort of range of incentives, and we basically put it back to you. How would you like to take it? For the individual, oftentimes it's commission that people want to take, and that directly relates to our fee. So our fee is generally 20% of the total claim value. And then as an introducer, we would give you for the first claim 10% of that 20%. So on the first claim, it would be, I suppose, 2% of the absolute total on that first year. So there's a lot of information here, and I've probably said it far too fast, I don't know. But the thing is, what I need people to understand is that working with access to funding is, well, there you will get, I suppose, how would I describe it? The most thorough and the most meticulous quality control in terms of how we do our work and how we deal with HMRC. So that's it in a nutshell. I don't think I've ever explained everything so quickly, but I hope I've given you some understanding, and I obviously welcome any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judy. If you want to drop the screen. Thank you, so I can see everybody. If anybody's got any questions, we'll just stop the recording first. If you're watching this video,
at the top.
If you're watching this video, please get in touch with Judy if you've got any questions about how you can get your tax bills eradicated through research and development.